Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com. In 2006, the New York Times said that global warming causes an endless summer. They said the extended growing season is one of the signs of global warming. It goes hand in hand with polar bears dying in the Arctic as the sea ice shrinks. This article was written at the end of December 2006, and there's been no change in Arctic sea ice extent since that article was written. And polar bear populations have been increasing for decades. The New York Times author was just parroting propaganda and had no clue what they were talking about. So the New York Times has changed their story. Now they say that global warming causes frigid weather. Good morning, a New York Times reporter explains the connection between frigid weather and global warming. So according to the New York Times, if winter weather is cold, that's due to global warming. And if winter weather is warm, that's also due to global warming. But they say it very authoritatively. Frigid weather and global warming, and what else you need to know today. These New York Times reporters have no clue what they're talking about. There's no reason to value their opinion any more than those of Kim Kardashian, who says, "I believe in climate change, and I believe that anything can help." And there's also the expert opinion of Pamela Anderson. The idea behind the Green New Deal is actually very simple, like the New Deal of Roosevelt, which led to massive investments in job creation in the United States after World War II. That's an interesting theory, except for the fact that the New Deal occurred before World War II, and President Roosevelt was dead before the end of the war. The New Deal was a series of programs, public work projects, financial reforms, and regulations enacted by President Franklin D. Roosevelt in the United States of America between 1933 and 1939. Pamela Anderson had no clue what she was talking about, but the world's #1 climate fraudster Michael Mann said her explanation was awesome. The opinion of New York Times reporters is no more valuable than that of Kim Kardashian or Pamela Anderson. Mark Twain explained why the nonsensical opinions of New York Times reporters get so widely read. He said, "I am personally acquainted with hundreds of journalists, and the opinion of the majority of them would not be worth tuppence in private. But when they speak in print, it's the newspaper that's talking. The pygmy scribe is not visible, and then their utterances shake the community like the thunders of prophecy." So once again, the most serious problem isn't the clowns who write for the New York Times. The real problem is the people who read the New York Times and actually believe what they're saying. Toto's been pulling back the curtain on this clown show for the past 14 years. You can visit him, Kyrie Caesar, Toki, and Oopla on the web at RealClimateScience.com.